everybody, welcome back. Martha here, Vintage Conversation. Welcome to my channel. As promised, I have a haul from the recent estate sale I went to up in Spring, Texas. The first little item I want to show you is this Hager planter. Now, no markings on the bottom, but it does have the Hager sticker on the side, and it says, let me read it to you exactly, Garden House, Hager, USA. Little gazebo on it, but it's this beautiful gold drip that I just really love in Hager. And I would think this was probably a floral piece, florist piece from Hager, as a lot of them actually were. Now, when I purchased this from that estate sale, it had a big, huge, really beautiful silk flower arrangement on it that I'm thinking was probably very expensive at one time, but it had been allowed to be dirty and dusty for so long that, I mean, I looked at it and I didn't see any way of cleaning it without making it wear and seem really worn, you know. So anyway, I just opted to be done with it. My husband got rid of it for me. There's still some of the florist foam in the bottom that I'll have to deal with, but that won't be a problem. But yeah, a lovely piece. And look, it's huge. It's big. See, it's a big piece. Very pretty, very pretty. It's good for the season too. I don't know if I'm going to sell it yet. I should. I'm supposed to. I probably maybe will, because I don't think I'd have any place to set it. I would want to set it on a shelf. That would be where I would be doing my decorating when my studio's finished. And honestly, I think it's too big for that. It needs a side table or a dining table, console table, something like that. It's going to work for something large and lovely. So let me set this over here out of the way. I don't want it to get broken. Excuse me. And then I bought all of these, and I just put them in this bag to keep them together. See all these ribbons? There's some bias tape, some other little small sewing notions, some braiding, but mostly it's ribbons. Washable ribbon, that sort of thing. And I like to pick up ribbons and stuff to wrap things that I send out a lot of times. I don't do it on all of them, but on some of them I do, depending upon what they are. So when I come across inexpensive ribbons, I get them, and I always like to pick up vintage sewing notions. There's even a metal needlepoint cross-stitch hoop in here. As you know, a lot of them are wooden now, and they used to always be metal, so I like finding the metal ones and picking those up. It's got a life of its own. It's moving. All right, the next thing is I've got 4 of these. They're a lightweight. Make sure I have them the right way. Christmas placemats. See, they're like a white linen cotton with the red edging. And this way. Yeah, isn't that better? The wreath and the little ribbon detailing with the holly berries. But I got 4 of those, and I think they were like $1/4 a piece, maybe. So there's 4 of those, and then I picked up these. Christmas goose with the wreath holly berry leaves. See? On the back, it's this beautiful little floral Christmassy print. I thought these were very pretty, and that they would look really good on a tablescape. And when I picked them up and bought them, there were 4 of them, and when I got home there were 3. So I think that they were really busy at the checkout. And in the middle of doing my order, the man who was writing up the items had to go change places with one of the other workers there, and so I am like 99% sure I counted 4 of these bad boys. So I think one may have dropped on the ground and I didn't notice it. I don't know. But now I have 3. So I'm hoping that will still work for somebody, because if you don't use them for actual placemats, you know, they're quilted. They're not super thick, but they're quilted. But I hope someone will be able to find some use for them, because I think they would still be lovely on dining tables, centerpiece, end tables, you know, anywhere else like that you might have need for a little padding, maybe under some other Christmas decor. But at like a $1/4 a piece, I don't think they were anything I could pass up. Now I have 3 of these, but one of them is different, and I will explain the difference to you in a moment. Look at these doilies. Isn't that lovely? See the roses and the green petals, not petals, what would you call them? What do you call those little things that go up around the roses? I don't recall. But I have 3 of these. They're in great shape. Let me show you the other one. There's another one. That's the back. There's the front. That's just lovely. They're very big. They're very big. How big are these? Let us see the size, shall we? From one to the other, I'm looking at probably relaxed, non-stretched, probably about 15 to 16 inches wide. So they're definitely big. Now, here's the third one. Look. Do you see the difference? This one has not been starched and blocked. So it's still, you know, the soft, pliable drapey. And maybe you like that better as opposed to this more stiff, formal size. But the intention usually with these back then was to be starched and blocked, because it helped them to really show off the detail, keep their shapes. And this one just, it hasn't been. It's soft like a throw net. But look at the difference in size. I mean, when you block it, even the size and the flowers. See how the detail you can see on the roses on the ones that have been starched and blocked. They just lay out and fan out and feather out where you can really see them. So I don't know if I will do that myself, or if I will just offer it as is in case someone doesn't want one that's blocked, or if they want to do it themselves. You just don't know, because they differ in what they want. And then there is this smaller one that is red and white, and these are, they strike me as, they're not. They strike me as little hearts, but they're not. They're just the center of these little fans. Do you see? And then the center flower shape. This is a lot of skill and I would say a lot of time, but I know someone who makes things like this, and she just whips them up like that, you know. She says, oh no, there's nothing to it, I just do it while I'm sitting there watching TV, that sort of thing. To me, that would be a year's project trying to get it right. This one is a little different, and once again, that one had not been starched or blocked. It's just soft as it was made, which some people, you know, they like them that way. This is another that has not been starched and blocked, but it is much different. Look at this flower. I don't know, are they pansies, impatiens? Are they supposed to be some sort of iris? I don't know, but they're yellow and purple and white, yellow and white and purple and white, or gold and white, however you want to call it. And then they've got the green representing the stems and leaves, and it circles around the center wheel. That's really pretty, don't you think? I admired that one. You know, the purpose of doilies was to protect your good furniture. You didn't want to set lamps or candy dishes or figurines, that sort of thing, because things didn't always come with, you know, felt on the bottom, and even some with felt, you know, you didn't want it sitting down right on that nice wood. And so doilies, and you didn't want your doily to clash, so ladies had lots of different doilies. Sometimes they had them in colors, sometimes they had them in solids. Many were neutrals, just whatever went along with your decor. And of course, the would depend on what room you were going to put them in. You know, were you going to put them in the dining room? Was it one on the dining room table or on the buffet? You might have, your needlework might have included some sort of, a pineapple was popular. I'm thinking bedrooms, boudoirs probably had more of the flower motifs in them. But that's what they were for. Likewise, you will see many of them designed to go on the arms of chairs, the backs of the chairs. It was to protect and prolong the life of your furniture. Look at this. Let me bring it close to you. Do you see all of the sequins and the felting of the ribbons? See this? They've been stuffed a little. I don't know the term for it, but it does give it a 3D look. You know, very textured. Look at that. It's beautiful. It's a netting. It's got the snowflakes, and it's got these bells and ribbons and hollies. Show you over here, all the way around it and then it's got an edging felt that is scalloped with the gold rickrack. And now this is all the way around it. This is, let me get my note here, because there was no way I was going to remember these sizes. Oh goodness, hold on. What did I do with it? I set my coffee on it. Just wrote it on a napkin, so that's why. Let's see. This big Christmas one is 66 inches by 100 inches. Now, I mean, it's, I wish I could just show it to you, how beautiful it is. Are you getting that? All the way around with this net, but at some point somebody spilled something on it. Do you see that? My husband says coffee. it's so old. I mean, I'll try to get it out. You know, I'll take a sponge and dab at it and see if I can get it out, but I don't think it's going to come out. I really don't. So here's my thoughts. And let's see, what did they want for it? They wanted $15 for it. And I got it for $1. Anyway, here is my thought on what I would do with this. Look, in the center, look at this. Let me show you this. You see this? Look. Get this out of here without messing it up. So you can see it. Look, in the center is a Christmas tree. This sort of stuff just thrills me. It's sparkly. You know, it's a thing that a kid looks at when they're little and they think they're jewels. They've got to be jewels. And they're just sequins, but they took time to do and to be placed on here so beautifully. Anyway, here's my thought. And when I try to, and now I'm lost behind it. It's got a life of its own. I think it's going to take me over. See if I can get it to not knock the camera over while I fold it up a little bit and expound upon my my thoughts. This is what I would suggest someone do with it if they were to buy it. I would take, and there's two ways you can go. I would take another tablecloth that is smaller and lay it on top as the main cloth and have this one beneath it where all this beautiful edging would show. That way it would be layered. Now you're gonna lose the beautiful Christmas tree doing that, but you would still have the advantage of all that beautiful edge work, and it just goes all the way around this 100 by 66 inch tablecloth rectangle. If I keep it, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut it up, and I'm going to transfer these pieces with this net backing, excuse me, onto another tablecloth. That way I can preserve all of the beautiful detail. And I don't know, it may make more than one. I could probably make more than one out of it. And now I have another vintage tablecloth. This one is a white, cottony, feels like a sheet, it's like a bed sheet. Look at this corner. Isn't that pretty? With the holly and the presents with the needlework. And it's scalloped all the way around. All the edges are scalloped with green on the very edge of them. See? And in between you have more leaves and presents. And in the middle, at both ends, oh, turn it this way, Martha, so it looks good. You have this tree. Like I said, there's one on either end. And then there's this decorative center detailing, see? That is the cut work. I think you probably know what I mean by cut work. See if I can get my hand in there and show you, just in case you aren't 100% sure. Can you see my hand behind it? Probably not. Anyway, it's open there. That's open cut work. And all along this, it's got the leaves on it. And spaced out, we've got little trees. about 50 inches by 100 inches. Does that sound right? It's probably bigger. I'm probably measuring it wrong. They're probably all 60 by 96 and I just don't measure well. Then we have another dining room tablecloth. I guess you could put in your kitchen, but you have to have a big table in your kitchen, let me tell you what. Because this one was, I believe, the first one that I measured, and it is, I believe, 60 by 96. And it also has holly. I think they probably did a lot of holiday celebrating. Do you see? Look at that. Along the edges, these are the corners with the red edging. All the way around. And the center ends have bows in green. This is sort of an off-white, maybe an aged white. And then the center of it also has this design. Do you see why I need my studio? Look at me. I'm trying to show you these tablecloths. Hello. Scale, size. Size matters in tablecloths. So anyway, you just have to take my word for it. It's gorgeous. I'm not going to sell them this Christmas because I can't display them properly for photographs. So it's going to have to wait until my studio gets done. I don't think the inside will be done in time for me to move in and photograph and try to sell these for Christmas. So these will probably be next year. I'll remind y'all then. Say, hey, do you remember those tablecloths? By the way, let me just snap a few pictures for you. Anyway, next year I'll show them to you again. I'll show you some pictures soon. Also, something I bought a vintage wedding dress. It had been preserved and was in its preservation box that they apparently opened, you know, for this estate sale. I think it's about, it looks like a 60s era removable train. And I spread this train out. It covered my entire king size bed and draped over. So it's huge. Short veil, huge train, detachable, beautiful dress, beadwork. This was a handmade. I don't mean somebody's mama sewed it. I mean, this was a handmade dress. It was made well. Beautiful lace, beautiful beading. The only issue with it that I saw is that, and I think it was from the preservation process, some of the pearls, not all of them, some of the pearls turned brown. They look like they're little wooden seed pearls. And I think it was from the preservation process they used back at that time. I don't know what they used. I don't know what they used then. But I have boxed it back up in its box to save it until I have my studio done, so I can get a full mannequin and do it like that and display it to sell it, to offer it up to somebody. But I will insert a picture, because next to it there was a picture of the woman wearing the gown. It was her bridal portrait. So, and it's just beautiful on her. It was absolutely beautiful. So I will insert a picture here for you to see what the gown looked like. See, it was beautiful, wasn't it? I couldn't pass it up. They were originally asking $40 for it. Perfectly reasonable price. But on the last day, it was $2. I don't know what would have been done with it had I not taken it. And for somebody to keep a wedding dress that long, they obviously adored it. And most likely the man they married as well. So I wasn't going to let it go. I couldn't. It's that kid in me that I want to play dress up. I want wedding dresses. But I tell you, emotion-driven shopping. I believe we all do that. I think that's the key to the whole industry. All right, I got this one. I just got this one from me. It's a it's sort of a rusty red. I want to use it for my Thanksgiving this year. Now these have not been cleaned, and I do plan to clean them, but not treat them. I don't know how you may want your linen to look when you get it, or what you may want to do with it. I know some people buy linen with embroidery on it and edging to make other items with. So I'm not going to go to all of that work to remove a spot if someone's going to cut it up. And hey, what you do with it when you buy it, it's yours. But anyway, let's talk pillowcases. Vintage pillowcase. Alright, now we have some dresser scarves. This first one I want to show you is one that has had the edging on it, but it has not been completed. It's just the ink picture for you to do your own on. Do you see? No embroidery, just ink. Now this one, there's no way I'm going to be able to wash it for someone, because if I wash it, I'm liable to wash that ink pattern out and they'd never be able to complete it, because that's how a lot of these came. Alright, then we have this one. Some of these are done so well that it's hard to tell what is the back and what is the front. So you really have to look for some extra threads with this. Turn it this way. It's not a very big one. It's a smaller one. But boy, look at all those flowers. You know, they look kind of like fireworks shooting up over this building. Do you think that's what they could be? Maybe. If that's what you see, then that's what it is. And a longer one. Look at this. Isn't that something? That's nice, huh? Get it up here for you to take a gander at that. I mean, I know how to do this. I've done it. I have some that you'll see at some point that were my mom's, and some of them she had finished and some of them she had started, and I worked on them as well. So those are very special to me because we've both worked on them. And look, this one's pretty long. Very Art Nouveau looking for some reason. I guess it's because of the trailing of the vines. Now, when I was talking about, see on the back, it's hard to tell except you got to look for the loose threads, and a lot of times there's some loose threads. Let me get it where I can show you. And some of these do have some marks on them, as I said before. Look, see there and there. And I will launder them, but I am not going to spot treat them. I don't want them to turn out looking like something brand new just bought at the store. I want them just to retain their age. I think everybody does. Almost everybody? I don't know. What do you think about this? Huh? Let's look at it up close. Like that. And look at this one. I'm going to show it to you in half. This looks like wheat. Is that wheat maybe? Who knows? Isn't that pretty? And it's got a soft cotton edging. And then is that a basket stitch, I believe? Or chicken stitch? I don't know. I can't remember the name of it. And then this one with the basket. And it's got the decor all the way around the trim. It's got a pink variegated trim on it. And then on this side there is a matching basket. This one's very nice. The way it's done, the shadow of the basket, you know, it's like you can really see, it gives it some dimension. Alright, let's see. You know, we have got, what have we got left in here? We've got several things in here. So, I think what we're going to do is, I think we're going to break this up into 2 parts. So, I'll just end this one right here. And then we will start again with part 2 of this estate sale haul, and you'll get to see this lovely shirt again. So I'll see you in a few days with part 2, and I thank you for watching. Please take a moment, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe so you'll know when the next part comes out. Hit that bell, you'll get the notification. Leave me a comment. I appreciate it. I'll talk to you later. Bye.